Right, so the one on the right now was basically your full swing, which you did at sort of towards the end of the session there, which went reasonably well, okay? Okay, so it's a good setup, good turn the top of the backswing. Club face now is much more in a square position. Left wrist or right wrist now is a much better position. As we come back to the golf ball, the club face now overtaken and we're sort of hanging back a bit more. We're not spinning quite so much, okay? But that was kind of your impact here. A little bit exaggerated, hands there you can see now just a little bit behind the goal, which is fine with it. It helps you square that club face up, okay? Right shoulder to me looks a little bit further forward. This movement here now is all this prep work and practice. This is the sort of stuff we want to try and encourage as best we can. So make a turn to the top of the backswing, and the feeling now is this sort of trail shoulder. So your right shoulder back here is going to stay back as your arms just basically fall down. And when they fall down, they're going to come down more on this path as opposed to this over the top and trying to pull it left as you would invariably do because the ball slicing off to the right. So the arms then falling down. You can see that impact position, how your body looks very different there. Your right shoulder just is further back behind you. Your lower half, you see your right foot there sort of, you watch your trail foot here, how your right foot kind of spins out and around, your right heel kind of going a bit more kind of that way as opposed to this way, yeah? This right foot going out is a sign your hip and shoulder coming forward at the ball to try and give it a whack, basically. So this is more what the impact we should be looking for here now. Just this sort of sensation of your arms doing this. Yeah, not much effort with the body, just more of a swish with the club, you see. Up the top there again. So your lower half now going to shift towards the golf ball and you're going to come back, keeping this right shoulder, right arm back behind. You can sort of see here now as you're coming into impact, the right arm now is sort of hidden behind your left arm as you're coming in. That club face now we can see squares up. And we're nice in like the lower half now is going to move in here. The right ankle is rolling in. It's not pivoting around, okay? So that's kind of the movement we've got to try and do more and more of as best we can. Coming back in, there's a couple more here, there now. This sort of swish there, that feeling of doing this now with that right, again, to do this, you have to be gripping it loose. If you're gripping it tight, no chance, okay? Because even with what feels like no body movement, look at your chest. Yeah. It's still going to move. You'll never keep it still. It will always move to some extent, but the feeling of keeping it quieter now for you is going to feel quite strange initially, but that's the impact we're looking to get to eventually long term. And it won't be that far down the valley. It seems like, oh God, miles away. Have you had a couple today you went, I felt that and I know what I'm looking for now. At least you've kind of found the tunnel, the light's kind of getting down the end there, you can sort of work towards that, okay? This is sort of a slower swing here now. Great backswing, top of the back, the control in your club there now. This is why I say a lot of the progression you made from last session where that club is there. Now last session the club was down here somewhere, tickling your left heel, club face wide open, you had no chance. At least you've got that left wrist now better, to the point where I'd say you probably don't need to think about it that much. Every now and then you might have to go, am I doing that again? Just to double check, but 9 times out of 10 times you had a good position at the top of the back there today, okay? As you come back, there's a little bit of speed. There's just before impact, you see the club face now. Your hands are back behind the ball there, releasing that club through. At least this club face now can square up, okay? Looks a little bit kind of tucked up after the ball, which is generally a sign we're a little bit tense with that, rather than letting the arms swish through. But at least we're now getting a position where we can square that club face up, yeah? The correct way, rather than trying to just twist your body as much as you can, all right? So work on these movements here now. Just do this as much as you can, get that sensation of just swishing the club. There's the one back here, we get that kind of, was it that one? No, back here. There you go, that one there. Just that movement there. Getting the sensation the club's going past you, yeah? That movement there is going to be a really good practice. Whether it's the bag there, or just even that side, just getting that looseness and soft feel of the golf club swinging past you, getting this whipping into the golf ball, yeah? So you're up here now, whack. So the hinge in your right wrist here, it's just basically doing that, yeah? As if you just, like, again, if I said you were swatting a fly, yeah? Not much body movement there, but a lot of club head speed, yeah? And when you're going to get that club head speed increased, okay, and we get the body working more effectively, the club now is going to start working more in this direction, aiming there, as opposed to kind of working from out this direction, okay, with the club face over there and the ball just curving right. If we look at those dots, not every one of those dots is yours, officially. I mean, you might have some before me, okay. The middle of all those dots now is probably right edge of the green. Now, some of some short irons, I get that, okay? But even the ones at the top there by the green itself, there's a lot of dots there on the green, left of the green even, and good distance, yeah? There's probably one there at the top, right in the darker bit of green, that's missing the fairway. Maybe a couple down a little bit, maybe sort of about 170, they're a bit off to the right there, and sort of the 4th or 5th sort of strip of fairway across. then there's 3 diamond or 3 triangles together. The rest is actually on the fairway. Yeah. So you're hitting the fairway more and more. Yes, the distance is down slightly, but how much effort you're putting into it is a lot less than what you're losing, isn't it?
Build up to it, yeah.
And exactly. So again, go back to that example about the Ferrari again. If you just drive a car around a track, unless you've done a driving course and you can drive supercars super fast, you're probably going to go around the same speed like a normal saloon car. Yeah. So your driver speed at the start will be going the similar sort of length as maybe a 5 iron, a 5 wood or a hybrid. And then when you feel comfortable sort of just dialing that speed up, you bit the ball. And I'll say this now, and you probably you might even smoke it, but you should be able to drive 250. You have that speed, you have that within you at your age and flexibility and physical strength and stature to hit a ball 250, yeah? Based on the fact your 7-iron goes about 140 anyway, and they usually look at a 7-iron about 100 yards more than you're driving, give or take, yeah? As a rough guide, all right? So we can get the irons going, which we obviously have been, like I said, because the irons are not designed for you to try and whack them so far, the body's not working faster, and the club head hasn't got to travel so far around that roundabout to catch up. Yeah. The driver's got to go that extra bit distance further, and the body's trying to get more power, so the body's going faster. Everybody's got to try and catch up more. You just can't. Yeah? So to slow down the body, make that good turn, get that same good wrist you had, feel the body now, almost keeping your rotated torso back for as long as you can, so you're doing more this motion here, like your pebble skimming, rather than this or moving away. Okay, get it coiled up, keep it there, so your arms can basically swing past the centre of you. Yeah, if your body goes too fast, club's left open, it goes off to the right. Okay, mate.
Yeah,
good stuff, mate. Well done.
Thank you.